crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's going to be a long day.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Mixon with a first down carry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Underneath, this is Bernard. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Bullock will put this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Set 18 Gator.
Check 4.
Hey!
57.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go. Stick the oar.
Rip right.
Get up.
57 Mike.
Be driven.
Off play action. Herbert. And complete to Zach Ertz. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
On first down, Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Galvin away and bring up second down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Look, squeeze. Get it.
Throwing again, Herbert. And he floated one out there, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, but now it'll be third down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. And Jeffrey's got it. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
To throw on second down, Herbert. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when Oh, this is blocked. This is going the other way. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 30, 20, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A big play there for Cincinnati. 54 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Joe Mixon. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups. 1 yard. On 2nd and 9. Dalton. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's Dalton. Got his man, it's Eifert. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Andy Dalton. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Nick Vigil. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert is brought in by Jeffrey. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing on 1st down. Herbert. It's caught by Jackson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was first and goal from the 2, or I should say third and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
First and 10 for Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Andy Dalton now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Dalton here from the gun. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
A good passing down here. They send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on second down. This will be Dalton again. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
That's a screen. Pass.
Go.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Running right, here's Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and that'll bring up second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
That's the way. Slam.
X3. 218. Chop.
36.
Shoot.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go. 57 to Mike. 57 there.
From the gun, Herbert. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Watch the run. Hey.
Topper.
Jam. Switch.
Hey, lock it. Hey, Zoo.
Operating from the gun. Herbert into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
They still playing soft.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Coming this way. Here we go.
Again, it's Mixon. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yard. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Blue jaw quarter. Go. Hit it.
Another run with Sanders. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
You ready?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. 57, run.
From the gun, Herbert. That's caught by Jackson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Hey, foxtrot.
2nd down and inches. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Ready.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Go
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Second and 2. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 30.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards on the play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders taking it in. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Dalton now to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. They've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And Dalton to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling him almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Mixon with him. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Passing, it's Dalton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the ready.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
General West.
Check. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Hey, Alpha.
Back to throw. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Hey, Sam off.
Safety's gripping. Safe.
Hey, Delta.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Hey, they're scared. 57.
Go.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
Steve Griffin.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Dalton and the offense now. Down by 9. A little over a minute to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton, he gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Watch time. Tight end right. 3 down.
So now Dalton. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Focus, defense, focus.
All right, here's Dalton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 34, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way.